We're watching out for you. This is First News 3 at 4 with Beth Fisher and Kendall Tenney.
Thanks for joining us today. We start with a story that is sadly familiar to Southern Nevadans. A young woman was killed while crossing the street this morning.
Police say the driver who hit her didn't stop. You'll hear in a minute how the Metro Police Department is starting a new aggressive campaign to try and lower the growing number of pedestrian fatalities. But first, News 3's Angela Martin tells us what kind of car police are looking for in this hit-and-run accident.
This poor young female just doing what she should be doing, and it cost her her life.
Police investigating this hit and run say the young woman was in the crosswalk at Eastern and Harris when a car crashed into her.
We believe it to be compact, white in color is all we have as far as the model goes. But this particular vehicle, the left front headlamp assembly, the left side rear view mirror is still here at this scene.
If you see a car like that with fresh damage or were traveling in this area at 6 this morning, police want to hear from you. They want to catch the person responsible for cutting this young lady's life short.
The victim here appears to be at least going to school or possibly going to their job this morning, and this was the end result.
Angela Martin, News 3.
Police say the driver faces felony charges for leaving the scene. Call Crime Stoppers at 385-5555 if you have any information about this hit and run.
It really is a big problem. Police say too many people are taking their lives into their own hands by jaywalking. So Metro is starting an aggressive enforcement campaign to slow down the growing trend of auto pedestrian accidents.
We have a lot of people that are taking chances here just so they're not inconvenienced by going to the closest crosswalk area. A lot of our pedestrian vehicle accidents, it is the pedestrian's fault almost 80% of the time. So we have a real problem with people attempting to cross the roadways.
Starting this week, Metro Police will issue citations to jaywalkers as well as drivers who don't stop for pedestrians in crosswalks. There have been 15 pedestrian fatalities so far this year. 11 of those were the fault of the pedestrian.
Another growing trend on our valley roads, speeding. A teenager was killed after he lost control of his car in Sun City Anthem in Henderson. Police say the 18-year-old was speeding when he came to a curve on Eastern and Anthem. The teen's car crossed over the center median, hit several trees, and rolled down an embankment. The teen was not wearing a seatbelt and was thrown from the vehicle. His car landed on top of him, killing him. It's accidents like these that have many insurance companies raising rates for Valley drivers. In recent months, rate hikes have gone into effect for 3 popular insurance companies. As Marie Mortera tells us, things could get worse before they get better.
First, rising gas prices. Now,
it's one of the biggest costs that we have monthly.
Increasing car insurance. For prom commuter Ralph Sanchez, the cost of driving this one plus the other 7 he's got at home have been on the climb. So much that he's afraid he won't be able to afford another insurance rate hike.
No, I would start selling.
A choice he may consider soon. Farmers, Progressive, and Allstate are some of the insurance companies that recently have or will boost rates between 2 to 6%.
It's not getting better, that's for sure. You know, it's a real problem over here.
One that Robert Feldman has tracked for the past 50 years, and one that he says doesn't seem like shrinking.
It's getting worse and worse, while the rest of the country seems to be improving slightly.
Accidents like these, one of the nearly 6,000 Metro alone has seen this year, has placed Nevada as the 7th highest in the country when it comes to insurance rates.
But whenever you see something as horrible as that, street racing and this and that, reckless type of driving, DUIs, head-on collisions, I mean, those are maximum situations. You know, and the insurance companies, more of them we have, the worse the rates get.
The Nevada Insurance Council says there could be some relief on the way. Right now, before lawmakers in Carson City, there are about half a dozen bills that are aimed at lowering insurance rates. But the problem is, even if they are passed, it could take a while before you actually see a difference on your bill.
It takes a little while for the statistics to catch up with themselves.
So for now, drivers like Sanchez will have to keep paying up or think about making some sacrifices. Marie Mortera, News 3.
News 3 is watching out for your wallet. To get the best insurance rate, the best advice is pretty obvious. Shop around. While teens and older drivers tend to pay higher rates, some companies do offer educational programs for those age groups. And if you take the program, it could cut down your rate.
An oven is being blamed for a fire at a longtime Las Vegas bakery. The blaze ripped through the Great Buns Bakery around 10 last night. This is on Sahara near Durango. The fire was so intense that shortly after fire crews arrived, the roof collapsed. Even though smoke and flames triggered the bakery's sprinklers, they weren't able to put out the fire. The building is a complete loss. The owner says the bakery has been in his family for 25 years.
A Healthline 3 follow-up now. The Clark County Detention Center is back open after it closed due to a norovirus outbreak. The Southern Nevada Health District says at least 180 inmates and 7 guards reported having the stomach-related illnesses since Saturday. Many of the sickened inmates were kitchen workers, which may have contaminated food or trays. The health district says the jail has been cleaned from top to bottom. Authorities compare the outbreak to illnesses spreading aboard a cruise ship because many of the people affected are stuck in a place they can't leave.
City Council candidate Lori Bish is trying to explain herself after being accused of breaking campaign finance rules during her bid for Clark County Sheriff. The complaint filed by the Citizens for Ethics in Politics alleges Bish took a $7,800 donation to her campaign from one contributor. Now, if a candidate doesn't make it to the primaries, any single donation over $5,000 must be returned. But Bish says that donation came from a company she owns and that, in effect, she was only loaning money to herself.
Somebody else reading my campaign finance report didn't know all the facts, and they assumed that that was from somebody else, but that was actually me loaning money to myself, which is well within the rules of campaign financing.
The Secretary of State sent a letter to Bish asking for a clarification when it came to the donation. Bish was given 2 weeks to respond or face a $3,900 fine. Bish says she didn't break any laws and she's already submitted the paperwork. She says now she's just waiting to be cleared by the Secretary of State's office.
The mother who set off an Amber Alert across Nevada and California after she was accused of murder and kidnapping is in a Las Vegas jail awaiting extradition to California. 22-year-old Vanessa Ochoa and her friend Misha Dean were arrested yesterday after a 3-day Amber Alert. Police say Ochoa killed her son's uncle near Pasadena and took off with her son. 4-year-old Manny Miles was not injured. He's at Child Haven now. Officers noticed their car, mentioned in the Amber Alert, parked outside this West Las Vegas home. Ochoa and Dean face felony child endangerment charges here, but Ochoa also faces those murder charges in Southern California.
The bouncer paralyzed after a shooting at a local topless club during the NBA All-Star Weekend is out of the hospital. Tom Urbanski was released from UMC this morning. In February, he was trying to break up a fight at the Mink Strip Club. 2 other people were also shot during the melee. The fight included NFL player Adam Pac-Man Jones. Police say Jones was not the shooter. The shooting is still under investigation. No arrests have been made.
The Runnin' Rebels are on a plane headed to St. Louis for the Sweet 16, but they did not leave without a proper goodbye. Rebel fans young and old were at the Thomas and Mack Center this afternoon to give the team a huge send-off. Not every fan could make the trip to St. Louis, but they made sure to make some noise to show the guys they're supporting them. The Runnin' Rebs are headed to the Gateway City, hoping the gates open for them to continue on in the tournament. Their Sweet 16 matchup is against the Oregon Ducks. Fans are saying the Rebels are going to ruffle the Ducks' feathers no problem. One proud Rebel fan has some words of advice for the team.
Good luck, team. Take your time, don't rush your shots, and play defense. And you'll be going to the Elite 8. Don't worry about Florida Butler. Take care of Oregon first. The Ducks are giving you no respect. The NCAA gave us no respect. Let's go ahead and show them that Vegas is for real.
Are you? For real?
Thank you, Coach.
Tony, right on. Tip-off for UNLV versus Oregon is 6:40 on Friday night. And don't forget to wear your team colors all day long because the mayor is declaring Friday Rebel Red Day. Top that, Kendall.
He didn't mention take it one game at a time, stay within yourself, give it 110%. In today's Kids First, the Clark County School Board wants to hear from you. Tonight, trustees and Superintendent Dr. Walt Rolfus will answer your questions during a live television show called School Matters. It airs tonight from from 8 to 9 on Vegas PBS. That's Channel 10. To find out how to participate, you can go to the Kids First section of our website at kvbc.com.
All right, some road work and an accident at Nellis and Sahara. For details on both, we go up to Sky 3 and Tom Holly.
Yeah, it's double trouble, and Beth, the road work is pretty much a given here. Sahara and Nellis has been undergoing one form or another road work for a couple of years, it seems, and that will go into this fall. But the problem right now, in addition, is this accident, which you see here, northbound lanes, and that is blocking off the left turn lane as well as the left through travel lane. At least one person also hurt in that accident. We saw him just a moment ago being loaded up into an ambulance on the scene. Here's video from about 2 minutes ago, and they loaded up the person. They've since taken off, presumably taken to a nearby hospital. Let's take it back out to a live picture here, and as I mentioned, a lot of road work here as well. So you already had lane restrictions, especially eastbound here on Sahara. Look at this line coming in, but the accident is actually affecting the north-south travel more, especially northbound lanes. Very slow going through. Combination of road work and an accident, same place, same time. Tom Holly reporting from Sky 3.
Thank you, Tom.
Still talking about what, Tom?
Tony, the guy, yeah, the Rebel fan.
Yeah.
We loved
We were
him.
wondering, is he driving to St. Louis in that car? And Dana, if so, what kind of weather will he come across?
Well, listen, can it make it to St. Louis? Does he have a spare in the back?
St. Louis or bus?
Can we get Lon Kruger's phone number? Because this guy has got to talk to head coach Lon Kruger because they got to slow it down. They can't rush their shots, and they've got to play defense.
Right.
So we have got to get this information to Lon Kruger because with that information, we've got a chance to go all the way, I believe. All right, a few clouds out there in the valley today. Did you feel it? Did you feel it? Spring arrived yesterday, less than 24 hours ago. So today, the first full day of spring. Outside, a few clouds. North Las Vegas, Craig and MLK, 67 there. Winds still in the lower double digits. Should be calming tomorrow. Calm conditions along East Charleston, 71 with a few clouds there. And downtown here at the studios, a few clouds and blue skies, 68 degrees. We did cool off today, the first full day of spring. We're going to warm up as we head into the weekend. Pleasant out there tonight. Below freezing at Tonopah and Mount Charleston. Every other spot on the map above freezing tonight. 40s and 50s generally, down to 51 at Boulder City. 58 degrees tonight at Laughlin. Tomorrow, lots of sunshine. Winds, not a big problem. Should be light by tomorrow afternoon and warmer. Back into the 70s. We'll tell you when we're going to get back into the 80s coming up in a few minutes.
All right, Dana, thanks. The Nevada Landing Casino in Jean has closed its doors to make way for a 166-acre master plan community. The land is owned by MGM Mirage. It's teaming up with the owner of Polo Towers and the Greenspun Group to develop the community, which is about 25 miles from Las Vegas on the way to Primm. The joint venture will still have to be approved by the State Gaming Board. Shopping enthusiasts in Summerlin are really going to like this next story. Nordstrom announced today it is going to be adding a second store in the valley. It will be one of the anchor stores at the new Summerlin Center, which will be built near the 215 and Sahara. General Growth Properties is developing the site, which will include shopping, dining, office space, a hotel, and residences. The new Nordstrom is expected to be completed by the fall of 2009. General Growth Properties says it plans to break ground on the Summerlin Center within several weeks.
Maybe hard to believe, but Nevada is getting ready to open its first ever Poison Control Center. In my Helpline 3 report, when it's opening and what this new facility would bring to our state.
And former Vice President and Oscar winner Al Gore is warning lawmakers about global warming.
The planet has a fever. If your baby has a fever, you go to the doctor.
How he made a superstar appearance on Capitol Hill to tell Congress our planet is in a state of emergency.
Plus, it's official. Baby number 4 is headed to the Brangelina family, where Angelina Jolie has adopted her 4th son.
Also, an unlikely family. How pigs have taken in these tiger cubs.
Thank you for making us your #1 newscast at 4 o'clock. This is First News 3 at 4.
Real-time closed captioning sponsored by Rob Graham and Associates.
You have questions about how to transfer property after someone's died? Call Rob Graham and Associates for answers at 255-6161.
He called me very vulgar and obscene things, and I don't deserve that.
In that pretty little head, there's about 12 personalities.
Not necessary, sir.
Next, Judge Judy.
Let him show his true colors.
Watch Judge Judy today at 4:30, only on Channel 3.
Shelter Insurance has covered a lot of miles and a lot of cars and drivers since 1946. We like knowing we have you covered, so you can just sit back and enjoy the ride. Seek shelter today.
Find an agent at shelterinsurance.com or call 1-800-SHELTER for a free quote.
It's Empire's half-price home interiors sale. You'll save 50% on beautiful brand-name carpet, so you can carpet more rooms for less. Why stop with just one room? Save and do another room, too. With Empire, you shop at home and choose from a great selection, and we install next day. You'll save 50% with no payments till April 2008. Empire's half-price home interiors sale. Call now and carpet more rooms for less.
800-588-2300 Empire.
Today. If you're a parent of a high schooler, you'll want to mark your calendars for Tuesday, March 27th. That's the date of the Nevada High School Proficiency Exam. Students need to pass all 3 portions of this test in order to graduate. You can find more information on our website at kvbc.com.
Closed captioning in Spanish, sponsored by attorney Adam Kuttner. Injured? Call the law offices of Adam S. Kuttner for a free consultation. 382-0000.
In today's Helpline 3, plans are underway to open the only poison control center in Nevada. Currently, local calls to poison control are routed through Oregon and Colorado. The Poison Control Project will begin with the Drug Information Center. It will be staffed and manned around the clock at the University of Southern Nevada in Henderson. People can call to get information about drugs they're taking. The Poison Control Center will open later.
We would be able to serve as the right here, right now resource for the public. So whether it's a mom who calls in and says, my baby just took this or swallowed this cleaning fluid or whatever, we would have the ability to jump on that right away and provide that resource.
The University of Southern Nevada is committed to helping pay for the hotline. It will also use the project to help train its pharmacy students. The Drug Information Center should open this summer, and what I meant to say earlier is that the Poison Control Center will be open later. By the way, it is Poison Prevention Week in the U.S. The Helpline 3 team found some alarming statistics about poison exposure. More than half of all victims are children under the age of 6. 2.5 million poison exposures were reported in 2004. 92% of those happened at home. Many of the poisonings involve cleaning supplies and cosmetics.
Next month is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and today the City Council wanted to bring awareness to some disturbing statistics. There were 10,000 cases of child abuse in Las Vegas last year. During today's City Council meeting, members took time out to observe the upcoming month.
And we'd like to ask the rest of our community to join together in recognizing each individual part that they can play in supporting a family, in supporting a child to prevent child abuse, so that we can see those numbers of 10,000 drop over the coming few years.
Since 1985, April has been a month set aside to raise awareness of child abuse and promote solutions, including community involvement, to end the problem.
Actor Woody Harrelson's dad, Charles, has died in prison. 69-year-old Charles Harrelson was serving 2 life sentences for murdering a federal judge in 1979. Judge John Wood Jr. was killed outside of a San Antonio home. Last Thursday, Harrelson was found unresponsive in his prison cell in Colorado. Officials say he died of natural causes. Harrelson denied murdering Judge Wood, but prosecutors said a drug dealer hired him to kill the judge. And goodbye, Vietnam. Angelina Jolie and her new son, Pax Tien Jolie, are headed to the U.S. Jolie adopted the 3-year-old last week, but had to get Pax a visa before he could come to America. During her stay in Vietnam, she traveled in cars with dark windows because of all the media and paparazzi. The famous actress filed the adoption papers as a single parent because she and Brad Pitt are not married.
Former Vice President Al Gore went before Congress today to testify on a topic that recently won him an Academy Award. Gore testified concerning climate change due to global warming. He presented results of recent studies that show the situation could be even worse than first reported. Gore blames warmer temperatures for fueling wildfires and intensifying hurricanes like Katrina. He says the summertime Arctic ice cap could completely disappear before today's first graders hit middle age, and says Congress may have less than 10 years to act.
One of them shows that The Arctic ice cap is melting more rapidly than had been predicted. One of them shows that it could completely disappear in summertime in as little as 34 years.
Gore challenged Congress to make a difference. One example he brought up was to implement a freeze on CO2 emissions. Gore has long been vocal in his concern about global warming, but has attracted attention, a lot more of it anyway, since his Oscar-winning documentary, An Inconvenient Truth.
And the man who's trying to keep track of all these changes in our world, Dana Wagner.
Well, some people wondered last week when we hit the 90s, global warming. No, high pressure.
Oh.
Right.
When we talk about global warming, it's a slow progression. It's not necessarily.
We're talking, I think, 1.8 degrees over a century. Okay, so if we get a hot spell here, people immediately think, some people do, global warming. That's not the case. It just means that that's how the weather pattern was for that week. You saw what happened. We went right back down into the 70s this week, and we were very close to average today. We did see lots of clouds outside, but they're not growing very tall. In the summertime, we'll see these type of clouds grow vertically very quickly. That's an indication of instability, something we just don't have a lot of in the atmosphere out there today. So we had some clouds outside. No rain inside the Beltway today, a little bit yesterday. 69 is the current temperature, about 20 degrees cooler than last week. Winds out of the north-northwest at 7, an indication that the cold front has moved through. Along Water Street, some high clouds, 67 there, with winds in the single digits, and up in the northwest at Centennial Hills, lots of blue skies, 67, and winds in the single digits there as well. High temps from across the region, 51 at Reno, 61 at Fresno, 66 at Barstow, and these are very close to average for this time of year. Average high in Las Vegas for this date is 71 degrees. We did have a storm system move through yesterday, and it has split. One piece went east of us, the other is now diving south of us and will slowly move to the east. Rain south of an area of us. I don't think we're going to see any rain north of that line. So here, maybe a few clouds out of it, but that's it. The Futurecast backs me up on this, bringing some rain down into southern Arizona over the next 48 hours, but don't expect any rain here in southern Nevada over the next 48 hours. We don't see any in the foreseeable future either. So there's that cutoff low, cut off from the main flow. High pressure out in the Pacific Ocean is going to give us sunshine over the next several days and warmer temperatures as we head into the weekend. Nationally, you may be headed out of town to St. Louis to check on the Rebels. 70 there. It was very cold last week in Chicago. Not so this week in St. Louis, but thunderstorms a possibility. Out west, some sunshine, and 66 in L.A. Down to 55 tonight. A few clouds hanging around. Tomorrow, we expect to get back into the 70s, about 6 degrees warmer than today, 76. Winds out of the north 5 to 10 in the morning. Should be light by tomorrow afternoon. Just delightful to be outside. Wagner's Week. We will have a few clouds for the next week, but more sun than anything else and warming back into the 80s by this weekend.
Good stuff. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot, Dana.
What do you get when you cross tiger cubs and piglets?
See why this unlikely group of animals has come together. Still to come.
Oh, what a perfect day. Oh no, nasal allergy congestion strikes again. It's everywhere, outside and in. Prescription Nasonex helps relieve congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms. Maybe that's why 6 million people used Nasonex last year.
Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
For congestion and other nasal allergy symptoms, ask your doctor about Nasonex.
It's a party. We're celebrating Ashley Furniture's 62nd anniversary in style.
I love a party.
Right now, Ashley Furniture Home Store has incredibly low prices store-wide. Plus, for a limited time, we're giving you a choice of 3 ways to save. Option 1, receive 10% cash discount. Option 2, pay no interest and make no payments till 2008. Or Option 3, pay no interest till 2010. It's Ashley Furniture's 62nd anniversary celebration at your Ashley Furniture Home Store. You better hurry.
They say you are what you eat. Put a plant in topsoil, you get a starving plant, because ordinary topsoil has little, if any, nutrition. Now put a plant in Miracle-Gro garden soil. Wow, rich organic ingredients, plus Miracle-Gro continuous release plant food. Nourishes nonstop for up to 3 months. Plants grow twice as big, and you get twice the compliments. That's nice. Miracle Grow garden soil. Make your own miracles.
Pump the beat down.
Nina's here with the details of a new crime trend targeting offices.
That's right. The offices of local optometrists are being burglarized.
It's disheartening to come to work and see the windows smashed and a bunch of stuff broken.
How often it's happening and what Metro says the criminals are doing with the goods. Then a local convenience store clerk gets maced and robbed, and it's caught on tape. What else the criminals asked for besides cash? And
what was that? Oh my God, you just assaulted. What was that?
What are you doing?
You just assaulted someone.
A police officer knocks a skateboarder to the ground as the teen is being recorded on video camera. We'll show you more of the exchange and how the police department is reacting. That's coming up tonight on News 3 at 5 o'clock.
We'll see you then, Nina.
And we'll be right back.
Everything is more spectacular in Vegas, and at Sedona Patio, spectacular is what you'll find.
You'll discover that quality doesn't have to be expensive, and you'll save up to 50% on hundreds of choices at Sedona Patio.
Save at Sedona Patio's spectacular savings event. Sedona knows patio.
The Astelin?
It could be allergies getting to you, but irritants can cause your symptoms too.
Astelin is seasonal allergy medicine, also approved for nasal symptoms caused by irritants. Nasonex, Singulair, and Zyrtec aren't.
Astelin's for people 12 and over. Most common side effects may include bitter taste, headache, nasal inflammation or burning, and drowsiness.
Don't let allergens or irritants do you in.
Ask your doctor about
Astelin.
You are here, but your Acura service provider is all the way over here. Now there's a choice. The all-new Findlay Acura in the Valley Auto Mall. Findlay Acura meets all your service needs with Acura Master Service Technicians, a convenient express lube, and premium Acura loaner vehicles, all overseen by a friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stop driving all over town to service your Acura. Now there's a choice. Findlay Acura in the Valley Auto Mall.
When it comes to brakes, come to the brake repair experts, Brake Team. Brake Team specializes in brakes, so you'll know it's done right at a great price. So go ahead, put your trust in the team. Come in today for your 4-wheel brake deal. Any make or model vehicle, all 4 wheels, just $99.95. New pads or shoes installed. Resurface the rotors, pack the bearings, bleed the system, and a great warranty.
Put your trust in the team, Brake Team. Put your trust in the team, Brake Team.
With hundreds of styles to choose from, Sedona Patio is the place for your outdoor dreams. Handmade iron, wicker, and even teak, Sedona Patio will save you up to 50% over other patio stores. Save at Sedona Patio's spectacular savings event. Sedona knows patio.
Join Kendall and Beth for News 3 at 6. Followed by Jeopardy at 6:30 and Wheel of Fortune at 7.
Only on Channel 3, where news comes first.
Well, this is an unusual family. 3 tiger cubs were abandoned by their mother, but are now happily living side by side with some pigs. At the safari park in southern China, a sow has been nursing the baby tigers for more than a month. The cubs have become very healthy and strong as a result. We'll be right back.
No, I was actually a bit of an early starter. I've probably invested quite a bit of money by now. You know, a little here, a little there. I should be in pretty good shape when I finally decide to call it a day. Well, fingers crossed.
There are Nissan dealers, then there's Desert Nissan. And the Desert difference is really guaranteed, especially during the Nissan National Sales Race. Now through Monday, drive a new Maxima, total lease cost $99.99. New Altima, $79.99. Or new Sentra, just $69.99.
Call Desert!
See why the Desert Nissan difference is really guaranteed. Just call, click, or come on by.
If you use those over-the-counter drops several times a day, you may have chronic dry eye due to decreased tear production without knowing it. like me, and my doctor prescribed Restasis.
With continued use, Restasis helps increase your natural ability to produce tears, which may be reduced by inflammation due to chronic dry eye. It should not be used by patients with active eye infections and has not been studied in patients with a history of herpes viral infections of the eye. The most common side effect is a temporary burning sensation.
More of my own tears. Thanks, Restasis.
Now you'll be able to dress in the labels you've always wanted to wear. You've got the great style, so put on a big smile. Now you're getting somewhere.
It's Designer Week at Ross. Now you can get the designer labels you've always wanted for 40 to 60% less than you'd pay at a department store.
Now that you're able to dress in the labels, baby, you're getting somewhere.
Designer Week at Ross. Don't miss it.
Chest pick. Chest pick. Box pick. Anchor pick.
April 6th, 7th, and 8th, the Vegas Grand Prix. It's a 3-day festival of speed and entertainment. Come see the world's top drivers turning around downtown at 180 miles per hour. Visit VegasGrandPrix.com.
Hey, we're checking out Class Magazine. This is a great publication. It is by, for, and about Clark County students. You can find it at just about any high school in Clark County. And we have some of the writers, photographers, publishers here today, and they do great work.
We are so impressed. If we've seemed a little bit distracted this newscast, it's because we've been reading their paper.
Yeah.
And it's excellent. Nice job, you guys. Very, very good writing.
It's good.
Quality stuff.
Hey, thanks a lot for joining us. Judge Judy's coming right up.
See you back here at 5.